friends, welcome to my channel. If you're new here, I'm Zita, and on my channel I do DIYs and makeovers on a budget. And don't forget to follow me on Instagram, Facebook, and Pinterest at OakWell Home. So let's get started on today's DIYs and see what I've created. Today I'm participating in the Thrift Road Trip Open Challenge hosted by Trish and Kay at Crafting Cousins and Sammy at Unicorn Dust Designs. So once you finish watching my video, don't forget to go in the description box and check out the playlist for all the other amazing creators. So let's get started on my first DIY here, which is a couple of glass containers. And I got these containers at Costco when I had some tiramisu for Christmas, and they're in glass containers, so I thought, oh, these are going to be perfect for a free DIY. And so what I'm going to do with these is make some Valentine's Day candle holders. So I'm just creating a heart on this painting tape that I have here, and that's what I'm going to lay down on my two little glass containers here before I start painting. And because I want this heart to be just a clear glass once I've painted it, and that way you can just see the candle through that heart. So I'm just cutting out my heart here with some scissors, and then I'm going to place that on the glass. And once I have that on the glass, before I start painting it with my acrylic paint, I am going to put a Fusion Ultra Grip on it. That way the paint's going to stick nicer to your glass. And if you don't have any Fusion Ultra Grip, you could probably use a clear coat spray or something like a Mod Podge or something like that. So here's the Fusion Ultra Grip. So once I have that on there, I'm going to let that Fusion Ultra Grip dry. And once that's dry, I'm going to put my pink acrylic paint on there. I would have liked to have had a chalk paint to give it that kind of matte finish, but I didn't have any pink chalk paint on hand, so I'm using acrylic paint, and I'm mixing up two acrylic paint colors, like a white and a darker pink, to get the pink that I want. So that's what it looks like, guys, when the Fusion Ultra Grip is dry. It has that cloudy look, but that's not going to matter once you put your paint on there. You're not going to see that, but it's going to help that acrylic paint stick to the glass. So I'm just creating a nice light pink here. I didn't want it too pink, I just wanted it to be a light pink. So I just mixed up my white and my pink, and I applied, I think it was 2 or 3 coats to these two containers and let it dry in between coats. And if you have a heat gun or a hair dryer on hand, you can speed up that process by drying it with the heat gun or the hair dryer. So that's the first coat, and this is what it looks like when I have all 2 or 3 coats on there. I think it was 3 coats I put on. Now I'm just using this dental pick that I use for vinyl. And guys, be very slow and methodical with peeling this off, because as you can see there, look what happened. I peeled off a little bit of that pointy area. So the next one I was more careful. I kind of went along with my fingers right along each of those edges, and that one you can see is nice and pointy. And then I'm just scraping off any extra paint with my dental pick. But aren't these beautiful? Such a inexpensive gift for Valentine's Day, created from recycled glass containers from Costco. So this is all you need, guys. This cost me less than $1. Aren't they beautiful? Let me know in the comments what you think of this first DIY. For this next DIY, I'm going to be making a Valentine keychain. So I had this little keychain loop here on hand, and I'm just tying some twine around it first, and then I'm going to cut my twine and then add my beads. And these little hearts that you see to the side here, I picked up at the Dollar Tree. And I also picked up my beads, I think are from the Dollar Tree and the thrift store. So over Christmas I got 4 red garlands for like I think only a couple of bucks. They had half price on Christmas stuff, so I ended up getting some really good deals on some garland beads, and they were wood beads too, so lucked out. So here I have this script stamped, which I think I got on Amazon, and I'm using some white ink, and I'm going to stamp that heart, and that's going to give it that little bit of extra instead of just being a plain heart. And so once I have my beads on there, I'm going to tie that heart at the bottom just to give it that extra. And for the other side of this heart, it's just a plain wood, and that side I stamped with a pink ink just so you could see it a little bit more. Probably would have showed up more if I would have put a red ink on there, but I could probably still do that. So yeah, I'm just tying my heart on there, and then that's it for this one. So this one is nice and quick, and also probably cost me less than $1, guys, because in that package of hearts there were 4 hearts, and like I said, I think I got 4 garlands of red beads at the thrift store for like a couple of bucks. So let me know in the comments what you think of this quick and easy DIY. For this DIY, I have some clay here that I picked up from the Dollar Tree. Now this is not a white clay, so I will have to paint this piece after I'm finished. So, but if you want to leave it this color, you can go ahead, but I am painting mine white. And I keep my clay in a double bag just so it doesn't dry out. And this clay is a little harder than some of the other paper clay that I've used. So once I have my clay, I set it down and I roll it out there with this this roller that I picked up from Amazon. I think these came 3 in a pack. They're awesome. So I'm rolling it out to the thickness that I want. Now guys, you don't want to roll this out too thin or it's going to crack. So probably like 1/4 of an inch maybe. It's the thickness, maybe not even, but you'll see in the end. Yeah, it could be maybe 1/4 of an inch. So I have my heart cookie cutter here. This is like a beautiful copper colored cookie cutter that I found at the thrift store. So making it into Valentine little jewelry holder. So once I got the heart shape, now I'm rolling it out again. I'm looking at like the thickness, making sure that it's like balanced out on each side. And now I'm taking this little script print here again, and I'm pressing that into the clay. And now this is going to have this beautiful script print, guys. Look at that. Now I had that cardboard down there, so I got some corrugation there from that cardboard. So if you don't want that on the bottom, just, you know, don't put a piece of cardboard. Make sure your bottom is flat. You have it laying on something flat. So that's what it looks like once it's dried the next day. And now I'm applying some homemade chalk paint to it. And this is a watered down version, but that was too light still for me. So I got my thicker chalk paint out and applied one coat of that. Now, guys, if you have never made homemade chalk paint before, I'll leave the video in my description box so you can see how to make it. And it's so much cheaper than buying it, believe me. So you can see that script there. So once that's dry, and I did paint the back as well. So once that's dry, I got out some of these stickers that I picked up at the Dollar Tree, and I put in the center. Now I was just kind of trying it out, but it stuck there, and it kind of removed some of the paint, guys. So don't lay it down on there or else you're committed. So I had to keep it there if I wanted to keep the paint there, or I could have just, you know, take it off and repainted. So once I finish this, let me know if you think I should have put those stickers there, or if you would have just left it as is, and then just now I'm bringing out that script with some wax. So first I'm going to put a clear coat of wax on, and then I'm going to use a dark wax. And the reason I put the clear coat on first is so once I use my dark wax, if I get too much, it's easier to wipe off if you have a clear wax on your piece first. So if you're working on a piece and you don't want a chance putting too much dark wax, apply a clear first. So now this dark wax, look at this. This is beautiful, how this dark wax is bringing out this script print. Let me know in the comments what you think of this piece once the dark wax is on there. And let me know if you would have put that sticker on there. So you'll see, isn't that script beautiful? Now you can see how all of that is coming through now. So once I have that wax on, isn't that beautiful? See how you can see that script so much more. All that dark wax is going down into that script print. So once I have that done, I take some gold acrylic paint and I'm applying it to the sides of the heart, and to give it that little bit extra, and so it kind of matches the gold stickers in the middle. And I thought this piece turned out beautiful. Let me know in the comments what you think of this beautiful piece, and if this is something you would put some of your little pieces of jewelry in. For this next DIY, very quick and easy. I cut out these hearts on my silhouette, and now I'm just going to make a plant pick. This is a pick you could put in a plant or a vase, and this is like, can take you anywhere from 5 or 10 minutes. So again, I'm using my beautiful little script stamp there. This is going to give it that little bit extra, and you can use whatever color ink you want. And this little pick here, that's a skewer. I picked these up at the Dollar Tree. And now I'm using some hot glue, and I'm going to attach it to that skewer. Now, you can use just one heart if you want. I wanted to use 2, just in case I was putting it in something where you could see the back as well. So I'm just gluing that on, and look how cute that is. Guys, let me know what you think of this quick and easy DIY. And here's another quick and easy DIY. I have some of these burlap bags here. I believe these are from the Dollar Tree too, and those cute little Valentine stamps are also from the Dollar Tree. So if you haven't seen those there, guys, go check and see if your local Dollar Tree has them. Now, I think I got these last year. So I'm just picking out what stamps I want there. I'm using a red ink. I'm just stamping little heart and then the word love on next to the heart. And then on the other side, I'm using a different heart and the word kiss. And then this one is done. Now you could also take a little piece of drop cloth and put it on the front of the burlap bag and then stamp on it. You could do it that way too, but I chose this cute little bag to do it this way, and you can put some Valentine's Day candy in there like I have there, and this one is done. Another simple DIY. Let me know what you think, guys. For this next DIY, I'm making over this thrifted love sign that I picked up from my local thrift store, and this XOX is from another frame that I had left over from a Dollar Tree frame. So I'm just going to use that on this project. So once again, I'm putting some Fusion Ultra Grip on the metal piece and on this, because this sign was kind of glossy with this paper on it. And the metal, you are going to want to put something on metal, guys, because paint is really hard to stick to metal. So this is going to make your paint stick better. So now if I had my time over again, I probably would apply a black paint first, because it took me 3 or 4 coats of white paint to put on that sign to cover up that love word underneath it. So if I would have put the black on, that would have covered it up a lot quicker and maybe wouldn't have had to apply as many white coats of chalk paint. And for the metal XOX, once that Fusion Ultra Grip is dry, I'm applying a black acrylic paint to that. And I think I applied a couple of coats to that, 2 or 3 coats. And as I said, you can take a hairdryer or a heat gun to dry that quicker. And I'm sanding down the sign with a fine sanding sponge here to make it smooth. And then you're going to want to wipe that down to get all the dust off. And once I have that done, I am going to use a stamp again. This is the IOD script stamp. I think it's called Kindest Regards. This is a beautiful stamp, and I'm going to use a black ink on that. So I'm going to stamp that with some black ink and apply that to my sign and let that dry. And make sure that is dry before you start applying your top coat, if you're going to apply a top coat, because if you don't, it will smear. And I know from experience, I've haven't put a top coat on or haven't waited long enough to let it dry and it smeared. So let me know if you guys have any of these script style stamps and what you think of them. I think they are so handy for so many projects, and especially Valentine's Day projects. So I'm just kind of stamping some of the areas there that have some space left over. Now this is a little tricky, guys. You could smear it right here. I should have brought that stamp down further instead of, you know, doing what I'm doing here, because it's a chance that I could smear it. So here I'm putting a Polyvine matte varnish on. It's actually called Dead Flat, so no gloss at all. So that's what I wanted. I didn't want it to be glossy, so once this dries, it's going to have that matte look. So like I said, I am not doing this right after I'm applying the ink. I did let this ink dry overnight, actually. Now I'm going to hot glue my XOX down and I've taken out a beautiful pic here of my sweet boy Sam, my little labradoodle, and the frame is going to be used for his picture. He's my love right now. And so I have a little clip here that I picked up from the thrift store, a whole bunch of them, so I just hot glued that to the top for my picture, and then just put some glue on the XOX, and I took some off the top part there so my picture could just slide right in, and you'll see what I mean. I forgot that I needed to not put any glue on the top there. So now I'm just going to slide my picture in there, and I'm going to use some stamps again. And I found these stamps at the Dollarama here in Canada. So sorry for you American viewers, but all you need is a heart-shaped stamp, and that was part of this set. And I only paid like $4 for this at the Dollarama. So I picked up one of these for my niece for Christmas too, and they're awesome stamps because they're raised really high, so they work really well. And they all the letters and whatever characters are in there have their own little backing on them, so you know, you don't even have to mount them on a thin mount or anything. So first I'm putting a pink heart in the middle. I use some pink ink, and then for the heart on top of that and below it, I'm going to use a black ink. So I didn't want too much pink on this, but I just kind of wanted something little to stand out, but not too much pink. So apply the black ink heart on the top and the bottom, and you'll see me kind of go over the top heart here again, and you can risk doing that. You may, you know, get a 3D kind of heart, but I worked out. So this is what this one looks like, and now you can put a top coat on this as well once that ink dries. You can use Rust-Oleum clear coat, or that Polyvine, or some other type of varnish. Now I did go around the edges with that ink just to give it that little bit extra and outline this one. So let me know in the comments what you think of this one. This is one of my favorites today, that and the heart dish. For this next DIY, I'm kind of doing the same kind of method that I did those candle holders. I'm just using a mason jar here that I had in my stash from some homemade jam that I got for Christmas. So again, I'm just applying that heart, and I'm applying it to the side that's smooth. I'm using my Fusion Ultra Grip again, and once that Fusion Ultra Grip is dry, I am going to give it 3 coats of acrylic paint because I wanted to paint this pink again. So that's what it looks like when it's dry, guys. So I'm making my own mixture of paint here for the color I want. Now, it did turn out a little too pink once I had all the coats on there. So what I did for that was made another little batch like that was really, really light, almost a white, and I used a sponge and kind of dabbed on some of that lighter pink, and then it turned out to the color of pink that I wanted it. I didn't want it to be like, see, that's too pink for me. I didn't want it that pink. So I'm sponging on that. Looks white in my little container there, but there's a little bit of pink in there too. So again, now I'm taking off that heart, and I've learned from those candle holders to go really slow and go right along each line, and so it doesn't rip off. And I got a clean heart here, except for that little bit there, and I scraped that off with my little dental pick, and that works perfect. And I'm using this mason jar to hold some candy. You can put whatever you want in there and give it as a gift. And once I have my candy in here, I'm just picking out some rope to attach this chalk heart to it, and I'm going to season my little heart here first, guys, before I write on it, because if you don't, it will stain your piece if you write on it without seasoning it. So I'm just writing to you from me, and I'll give this as a gift to someone with some candy. And so this is one idea of what you can do, is get some of these Dollar Tree hearts, and you'll see me also change the lid as well and put a one of those mason jar chalk lids on there, which I also got at the Dollar Tree. So you can do that if you don't want to put a heart on there. So I'm just giving you some ideas here for ways you can present it as a gift, like if you want to write on it. Now this came with a silver lid. I used a black lid off to the side here that came from another container that I got at the Dollar Tree. So again, I'm seasoning my chalkboard on that container, and then I'm going to write the "to you from me" on there again, and I'm going to put that on top with the black lid. And I'm also going to show you, if you don't have any of the chalkboard lids or any of those chalkboard hearts, I have this chalkboard spray paint. You could spray a mason jar lid with some chalkboard spray paint. So this is what it looked like before, and this is what it looks like now. Isn't this cute, guys, for a Valentine's Day gift? So this is it for today. Let me know in the comments which one was your favorite today. I hope it gave you all some inspiration for some Valentine's Day projects or gift giving ideas. So I really thank you for being here and sharing some of your time with me today. I really appreciate it. And don't forget to give this video a like and a comment, and subscribe, and hit that notification bell so YouTube notifies you when I post a new video. Thanks so much. I really appreciate you guys again, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.